Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a best of 5 between two Korean top players. Here in the bottom right we have soO opening up with a pool first, and in the top left, playing for Shopify Rebellion, it is of course ByuN's the Red Terran player, opening with a Reaper opener here. A Reaper of all things. What would you say about that? Now there are 3 build orders that ByuN's is very fond of. One of them is the Command Center first opener, the second one is a Proxy 2 or a Proxy 3 Rex, and the third one are actually Marine first into Fast Factory openers. A quick Reaper out of ByuN's is honestly a rare occurrence, and he's going to find these 4 links moving out across the map. He's going to be pretty darn happy with that. Gets the first link for free. He's going to get probably at least, no, he's going to get 2 more. 2 more links will go down, so 3 out of the 4 links will get taken out here if ByuN's micros this even semi-well, honestly. Did not do that though, and as a result another link gets to escape. Maybe even this bad boy gets to escape. That would really suck. No, it doesn't. Reaper's gonna get sent across the map, making sure there's no roach follow-up here coming out of soO. But all things considered, I mean, a no-scout Reaper opener for ByuN's should not be going this well against the pool first 4 Ling, honestly. It really shouldn't, but he managed to make it happen. Also, snipes that first creep tumor. This is a disaster already for soO. It really has been a disaster so far. Third base is down, that is nice. This is a fast starport as well. Look at that, the factory starting to pump out those Hellions at a very high pace. So a 2-base opener here coming out of ByuN's with that double gas before the 3rd command center. And I guess it makes some sense. This is what he likes to play as well, right? He just loves to focus on aggression over eco majority of the time. And that's kind of his kind of what he does. This is bread and butter, you know. His type of play. His favorite thing to do. Ooh, Roach Warren. He's such a keen scout as well. Look at that. Sees that Roach Warren, throws down. Okay, cancels the armory. So he wanted to go for a Hellbat all-in actually. Decides against it instead. I like that call here. I like that call. But at the same time, Roach Warren is going to get cancelled. So perhaps the Hellbats would have still been good. Such a weird early game over here so far, where I'm not entirely sure who's winning it. Fast second gas now for soO, which he is going to use, but of course was meant to be for adding Ravagers into the push or adding more Roaches into the push. It's not what it's going to be used for this time around. We have a 4 Hellion drop moving out across the map. I think they got spotted by that Overlord. Follow-up is going to be Banshees, and we have a couple more Hellions just kind of sitting at home, waiting for a run-by to occur, I guess. Now this drop is going to get spotted. We should see soO moving into position with Queens and Lings. There's only 5 Lings out though currently. If this was an actual Hellbat push, this game would be 100% over right now. I mean, we have 13 Lings and 4 Queens. Against, what, 6 Hellions, 6 Hellbats with a medevac. On top of that, a couple of Marines there as well. This would have been 100% game over. So, soO actually kind of getting away with murder here. That Roach Warren that got scouted saved him. Or, well, the fact that the armory got cancelled actually saved him. The fact that the Roach Warren got scouted actually was kind of annoying for him. Because he wanted to go for the Roach push. Maybe a Roach push also would have worked. We will never know. 3rd CC is on the way here, just as well as the 2nd and 3rd barracks. So it's not going to be a complete 2-base all-in with, let's say, 5 barracks before 3rd CC, or even 3 barracks before 3rd CC. Oh my god. NYDUS network, soO. With a quick attack. Banshee is on the way. And now it's going to be very dependent on where the units of ByuN's will be. And whether he's going to get a scout here. The SCV movement in this command center could be game deciding right now. If this SCV moves towards the left side, it will not have vision of this general area, but that's not what's happening here. Look at that. He's moving in the correct position. Did he see the NYDUS? How does he know? How is ByuN's this aware without really scouting anything? He's building a bunker down in the low ground, scans the main base as well, but doesn't get any major info there. Might actually end up canceling this bunker. Here come the Lings. There's only 50 drones right now. 32 Lings are out. NYDUS goes down in the main base. ByuN's slightly out of position with his Banshee. He's going to send it in. SCV's coming in as well. There's 6 more seconds for this to finish up. SCV's 2 Banshees. I think this will get cancelled just ever so close. Barely gets the cancel on that NYDUS, and it means that the Queens can pop out, and now of course he's going to be in prime position to hold this. First tank is almost out as well, and without Ravagers here, this tank is just going to secure the wall. This means that the NYDUS network push has now officially ended. despite soO still pretending like it hasn't ended. But this is over right now, and we see this as well in soO's follow-up. He's building drones, he's throwing down a Spire, saying, hey, you probably want to be building tanks, but we don't have as many Marines, and maybe even delaying your upgrades. No, he's actually not delaying his upgrades at all. Wow. ByuN's, he held this perfectly, honestly held this perfectly. Now has the counterattack ability as well with these 2 Cloak Banshees. It's not gonna get spotted. No, it is. Oh, that was really tight. That actually was really close. Good spot there out of soO. And an important one because, well, let's face it, this Spore Crawler, if it wasn't up yet, then this base would be in a little bit of trouble. It's still going to be in a little bit of trouble, I believe. Stim finishes up. There is a lot of links out, 51 to be exact, so we still need to be careful here, ByuN. There's no need to be out on the map currently. Tank way too far forward. Oi, oi, oi. ByuN's going to lose a lot of his Marines. That might make these Mutas a little bit more effective than they ever should be. 1 Banshee goes down, 6 drones have fallen as well. Tanks going down, but we're really looking at the Marine count here. 15 Marines have gone down. And despite this NYDUS not taking out any eco, I still feel like that there is an opportunity here right now for soO to actually do something with those Mutas because of that very low Marine count. It makes it so difficult here for ByuN to hold. Third base is mining currently. Rocks are being taken out. Creep spread is so aggressive, so far out on the map. Banshee continues being annoying, by the way. Holy crap. Got 6 more workers just by itself. 7 workers, perhaps even going for 8 here. No, just going to go in towards the natural where there's absolutely nothing. Spore completely mispositioned. Mutas are out on the way, but this Banshee is most likely going to scout that. So this Banshee is the true hero of the game right now. There was 6 worker kills initially with the 2 Banshees. It's going to end at 14, so 8 more kills just by itself. I actually think that is extremely important. Without those kills, right now there would be 78 workers. The ability to just basically go up to 85, 86, 5 hatcheries, infinite gas would be there. I'd love to see the double evos being thrown down, especially with the amount of cash that we have in the bank here for soO. A little bit disappointed in that almost. Marine count not as high as it should be, but still at 26 already. Defense is solid, is sound. Turret is up, turret is up, turret is up. Triple turrets are up. Beautiful stuff here. And here comes the push. We have 3 medevacs with this push. There are 3 tanks as well and 1-1 upgrades against 0-0 still. This means that unless we get some good Baneling connections, perhaps soO is in a little bit of trouble. ByuN's so far out on creep though. I'm not entirely sure why. I feel like taking out that fort base definitely would be enough here, given the fact that he is getting 2-2 already behind this. As long as he can keep the pressure on, his opponent won't be capable of actually getting the upgrades. Banelings trying to connect with the Marines. Splits are okay. Not great. Could have been better. Still a lot of cash in the bank for both players here. Struggling to spend their money. soO manages to build a slew of links, 26. Hatchery stays alive though. Evo chamber still not being constructed. Okay, here we go. Finally. But it's going to be 2-2 against 0-0 for a significant portion of the game. And if ByuN can identify that and push across the map, if he isn't kept at home by the Mutalisk, I believe that soO is in a world of trouble here. Here come the Mutas though, starting to fly in. Flyer attacks level 1, about to finish up. First Muta does pop. 5 workers for a Muta, 6 workers for a Muta, 9 workers for a Muta, 10 workers for a Muta. Take out a couple of these Marines as well, maybe one more turret. No. Not necessary. Oh, Queens will die very rapidly, of course. Banelings are there, but are they enough? It's 9 Banelings all in a clump, which means that the tank with 1 shot takes out 6. And with the next shot is, well, just going to target down that Queen. But this was a very, very good engagement here for ByuN. Yes, he's losing a lot of the SCVs. He's actually losing an infinite amount of SCVs right now. 24, 25 SCVs going down, but 2-2 has finished up, so it's going to be 2-2 against 0-0 upgrades, and soO needs to stay alive. That is just the main thing. Look at this. Look at the timing. We have almost 2 minutes of 2-2 versus 0-0. Marines are so powerful with these superior upgrades, but soO potentially can keep his opponent at home at least for a little bit longer. Did take out a lot of the eco. There is a fort base done. The extra barracks are done as well. So it's not really the end of the world for ByuN. If he's not pushing out, I mean, he's using triple mules on the minerals. He has full mineral eco as well on 3 bases. +2 flyer attacks is on the way. I think the only thing that's keeping soO in this game is a higher Mutalisk count, but Thors are already coming out. Mutas don't trade well in fights. The creep spread is very mediocre as well. Depot is going to be taken out for free here, which is good, but won't even supply block his opponent. Double Thor production on the way here. 2 factories with a tech lab, something that we don't see very often. Ooh. This turret actually, why did he focus down that gas rather than the turret? Surely taking out the turret here would have been preferred. Did like 400 damage on a refinery instead. One shot of a Thor. Tech Lab gets taken out. No, it's gonna get repaired. Doesn't even get that. These Mutalisks are not getting the damage that they need, and they're not keeping the control here that soO needs to keep right now. I think soO is very aware of this. He's going to move on the map, takes out one medevac and kills a couple of Marines, but these fights off creep against 2-2, it's just not going to be possible. I don't think it is viable at all. Mutas probably want to make some type of rotation in the near future. Okay, here we go. Into the fourth base they go. It's not enough to one-shot turrets, especially not with +1. Just going to lose one more Mutalisk to that turret. And more turrets immediately get constructed as well. And I think ByuN pretty much identified what his only way of losing is. And that is, if these Mutas actually get a breakthrough in one of the bases, that would be really bad. Imagine this turret dying, taking out 10, 15 SCVs, flying into the main. This turret dying, killing 10, 12 SCVs. And then just ping-ponging in between the fourth, the main, and the natural, and maybe even going into the third. That would be really, really bad with a high Mutalisk count. But if the Mutalisk count doesn't go up to like 25, 26, and we get a maxed out push out of ByuN, I just don't see a way for soO to win a fight here. Here we go. 1-1 versus 2-2. Thor's dealing a lot of damage. Mutalisk count is absolutely dropping here. So despite this looking like a good fight, I don't actually think this is that good of a fight right now for soO. He's losing a lot of banelings, lost a bunch of the Mutalisk, and the Mutalisk is really the only thing keeping it alive. Mine production has started right now, though. Double mine production. No more Thors are alive. And the medevac count is actually a little bit lower than I ideally would want to see it. There's going to be a timing where there will be 3-3 versus 1-1. And that timing will last about 40-ish seconds, I believe. Maybe slightly longer, maybe 50 seconds. Still not quite... sure if soO can hold on those 50 seconds. Seems like ByuN has found his passion to move across the map. He's feeling it. And sometimes you're just feeling it, just moving out. Medevacs are so low though, some overstimming going on here, that's for sure. 2 more Thors on the way. I think he's gonna push with 2 Thors, 3-3. If he can clear a little bit more creep until that point, I don't really see a way for soO to hold. But soO has been kind of hanging in there on a threat, but he has been hanging in there. It's a very thick threat, maybe. Very powerful threat. Cool. Good control out of soO. Still loses 10-15 supply there. Doesn't really kill anything. Marauder's just a little bit too tanky. So despite this feeling nice, like you don't really lose a whole lot, you also don't kill anything. And this is the timing here. This really is the timing. So we have this group of Marines, this elite task force on the left side. Could really put some serious pressure onto this base. It will require a lot of links and banelings to deal with 16 Marines. Oh, here come the Marines. Trying to find these Mutas. Are not quite catching them though. It's a bit far on creep, but it's pure Marauder. Can't really trade with banelings against those. That's just impossible. Good control out of ByuN. Look at all those Marines in the back as well. Just constantly firing off creep. Yeah, there's just no way. There's actually no way. 3-3 versus 1-1. Complete. It's a massacre over here, right? It's just over. ByuN at the same time with these Marines coming in as well. There's no more banelings available, which means it's going to be a pure Marine versus Muta trade. soO taps out with the GG, and ByuN wins game number 1 in this best of 5. Felt like soO held on a little bit longer than he really ever should have in that last game. I'm not sure if that's true, but definitely feels true to me. If you build a NYDUS like that, and it absolutely does nothing, or almost does nothing. I guess he gets the Marines, but economically he hardly does anything. And he doesn't really delay his opponent's build. I feel like it should have been easier. I guess losing as many workers as soO did as well, it should have been even easier. I mean, 14 workers on those Banshees was pretty significant. But yeah, it felt like soO almost hung in there. And that kind of gives me hope for the future for him. You know, if you can get back from this type of positions, and surely you have some future in this best of 5. You definitely do. Hatch first against the Double Rex Reaper. Very common build order in the Korean scene currently. We've kind of seen Maru play this. A Krapton actually, like legitimately a Krapton. Just single gas 3 Reapers into some type of 2-on-1 build. Especially strong, of course, on maps where the tech lab can be built on the inside. Which is not the case here due to the position spawn. Now, if ByuN had spawned on the right side, his tech labs would be completely safe. And we have seen people in the past kind of pay a pretty decent price for having their tech labs on the outside. Not being capable of finishing their stim, not being capable of finishing their combat combat shield. These upgrades are so vital to Terran that if you don't get those done, the game can end pretty darn quick. Now, first 3 Reapers are out on the map. We have a 3rd barracks on the way. Okay, this is I think a variation from what I've seen before. I'm not super familiar with this. This is some good damage though coming out of ByuN's. Queen is taking some hits. I'm not entirely sure what you want to do, but probably want to kill some lings. It's forcing out a lot of units. That is one thing. Although forcing out a lot of units isn't that great if you're downing workers the entire time yourself. Like it's not super brilliant. Marines being built, Tech Lab is out. We're gonna see Stim most likely. We have oh, this is 4 racks. This is not a 3 racks. My apologies. Okay, I think, oh, that was bad. I think I've seen this build before. I want to say that I have, but I'm not so sure right now. I'm not sure if I have seen this build before. I've heard about it for sure. I've heard about ByuN's playing this. The 4 racks. I'm so confused why he builds it right in vision though. Like this 4th rack surely should be hidden somewhere further in the back, but what is it again? Wolf don't care about the opinion of sheep, so I don't think ByuN's is ever gonna change it, even if I tell him. I'm definitely a sheep. I looked at my my win rates against ByuN's the other day, and I don't think I've ever won a series against him in my life. This is very rare. I think I've beaten most players at least once. Like even Serral and Raynor I've beaten, you know. I've taken out Maru. I've beaten Stats. You know, the hero I think I've taken out at least a map. Like in a best of 1 or something. But ByuN's, I don't think I've ever beaten him, which is wild. It's just wild to have that level. He's in my head. So yeah, I don't think he's going to listen very much to me telling him to build that barracks further in the back. Although I think it would be a correct call. Could even build it over here, technically. Would still be good as well. Lots of Marines are out, and here comes the move out. Weird move out. This is a weird move out. This is pre-stim. Doesn't take 40 seconds to move across the map, does it? Yes, 50 seconds almost. Before combat finishes up. It's Carapace level 1 on the way. Don't have a Baneling Nest. Don't have that many queens either. Low queen count. Only 4? Excuse you, soO. What is this? More drones coming in. He's not taking this serious at all. He thinks this is a joke. This is not a joke. This is real life, my friend. This is real life. There's no transfuses available. He's just gonna die. He's just gonna die. Do you want to wait for the combat shield here? It's like 13 more seconds. Don't even think you really do. Probably just stim in and kill your opponent. No, it's gonna wait for combat. Funnily enough, I'm not even sure if that's the correct call. Okay, we have so many more Marines coming in right now. That's legitimately 12 Marines that are just at home. What? Oh, he's gonna wait for them as well. Oh, he's gonna pretend like it was a fake. Then he moves back home. And then the next units are gonna be drones, aren't they? Lair, drones. Oh my god, what a great move out. A fake 3 racks. So these extra Marines are usually not here, of course. But now they are. Now the 10 links are coming in. soO just built like 7 overlords as well at once, which is always a mistake. It's just inefficient. Don't think he has enough units to deal with this. Carapace not done. Here comes the stim, and there we go. Links being taken out. Queens being targeted as well. And I do believe that soO does not have the units available to deal with this. There's 29 Marines still alive. More being rallied across the map momentarily, I can only imagine. And there's absolutely nothing left. 2-0 in favor of ByuN's in this best of 5, putting himself on match point. And match point can be made here on data, see? What is this? What is this? What are you doing, Mr. ByuN's? Is this going to be like some really fast Reaper that makes its way across the map? Would that be good? I was thinking about this the other day. So, you know, for the people that don't know, but in Protoss versus Terran, it is not uncommon for Protoss to like cut a worker to get a faster pylon. So they can play something like a 13 pylon, 14 gate. The standard is 14 pylon, 15 gate, or 14 pylon, 16 gate. If you cut a worker, you can get like a 4 second or a 5 second faster initial adept out, and also an initial zealot. I was wondering why we never see that coming out of Terrans, like a 13 depot, and then I guess you'd get like a 15 barracks or like a 14 barracks, something along those lines, for a faster Reaper, and then you can build it on the edge like this. And you just have 5-6 extra seconds with your Reaper if your opponent is not, maybe even more. I mean, you have this time that you're moving from here, it's probably already 4 seconds. Maybe even 5, and then just 5 seconds faster. You have 10 more seconds with a Reaper. If a Zerg isn't prepared for that, could be in trouble. Could even believe maybe that it is a proxy Reaper, because Zerg players don't quite understand how timings work. And the downside, of course, is obvious because all of your production will need to be built here due to how Terran usually functions as a race. And we'll get into that once it happens. But yeah, interesting thought at least. Did he just actually move around like a little prick? I think he made a small detour there. It's just a mistake. See what timing he's going to arrive here. It's going to be darn fast, though. It's going to be darn fast. Queens pop out at 2:36. Exactly, usually. Oh, look at that! Finds the drone. I'm not sure if you want to waste too much energy on that, though. And almost got here pre-links. You can get here pre-links, I'm pretty sure, with a 13 depot. I'm very curious about the maths of it. I'm going to actually try it out after this game. Just play a little game of Terran myself. See how much faster I can get it out. Ooh. Gets one Ling here. Is in trouble, perhaps? Yeah. No, not perhaps. He's dead. That's definitely in trouble. Look at that. That's the hat. The hat! Straight into my camera. Of course, everything goes up because this is an underwater map. And then the physics of it mean that the corpses, rather than sinking into the ground, they fly towards the surface. CC on the way here. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. This is what is meant to happen, or this is what's going to happen if you build that barracks over here. Very interesting, though. I mean, he took a detour with that Reaper over here and still almost got there pre-links. You could hit another 4 or 5 seconds faster, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna test it out after this game. One Hellion is out. 2 more Hellions on the way. You already have Stim. What? This is a really uncommon build. Usually when you see a build like this, it comes with a faster second barracks. Oh, it's going to be a 3-Rex. Wow. Okay. But this is actually a really uncommon build. This is also known as one of the safest builds in the game. And I'm going to explain to you why that is. So you have a little bit of map presence initially with your Hellions. But you don't build so many Hellions that it becomes, you can actually deal damage. You don't have any air units either. But what you do have is a crap ton of Marines. So against any 5 to 530, let's say 530 hitting all-ins, you have a crap ton of Marines ready. And you still have the scouting with the Hellions and the Reaper. Well, not in this case with the Reaper because the Reaper died, but you know what I'm trying to say. You just get a lot of units out, which is good. We have seen builds like this into 3-Rex, but then opening with fast 2 eBays initially. That is also quite powerful. And this is just going to hit with a lot of Marines altogether. Look at that. Double reactors are going to be pumping Marines out like their life depends on it. We did have the fast 3rd CC. You don't need quite as much gas with this, because really you're not getting a starport, and starport units are usually the gas eaters. And they really eat up your gas. Like, I don't know, what eats gas? I don't think there's an animal that eats gas. Like planes, I guess. I think planes use a lot of gas. Use a lot of kerosene. I'm not so sure about gas. I don't even own a car. I don't even have a driver's license. When I was 16, I heard about driving cars, self-driving cars. And I thought to myself, getting a driver's license is going to be for complete idiots. Because soon we have self-driving cars. And these people that, like in the Netherlands, in order to get a driving license, I think you need to practice driving a car for 44 hours under supervision. Not of your parent, but of an actual driving instructor. So it's a pretty significant amount of money, especially as a 16-year-old. It's I don't know, it probably costs what, 900 euros or so. And also just a lot of time. And I was thinking to myself, first of all, that time could be spent playing StarCraft. And second of all, soon we have self-driving cars. And then everyone that, wasted money and time on learning how to drive is going to be a real schmuck. But now I'm the schmuck because I'm 28 right now without a driver's license. And I don't think self-driving cars are coming out in the next 10 years. By the time I'm practically ancient, I'll be what? 38, getting my late 30s without a driver's license. So now I'm considering getting a driver's license, but I don't own a car either, so what's the point really? I'm very fast on my bike though. It's actually insanely quick. You'd be surprised how fast it goes. Pump the tires every 3 days as well to make sure they're optimally inflated. Now this is the push that I was talking about. Usually this hits with 16 Marines. Now it's going to be hitting with a little bit more. We see 24 Marines already done. Not all of them are going to be here. It's probably something like 20 or 21 Marines over here. Maybe a little bit less. That's 21 Marines-ish. Yeah. 12 plus 9. Yeah, it's actually 21. Here comes the stim in. Combat shield finishing up in 2 seconds. That means that this push all of a sudden becomes a little bit scarier. And without Baneling speed might actually be hard. Look at the target fire there. That was beautiful. Oh, that medevac going down in the dying seconds was huge. If that hadn't happened, I think ByuN would have flown away here with a bit of a supply lead. That was really good target fire. Pre-centrifugal hooks with 1-1, with combat shield, with stim, and with a good amount of marines. Fort CC is on the way as well. Now, soO isn't necessarily dead, but he is a little bit behind, I think. You don't necessarily see it in the supply, but I think upgrade-wise, creep-wise, the position that ByuN is in right now, the ability that he has to deal damage, and the worker count that soO is on, all of these factors included, I really do believe that we have a small lead here for ByuN. Not super significant, just a small lead. Now, it can turn around with one bad fight. And a bad fight is easily made, of course, as we all know. Easily had. Ooh, I love the thought here of a big run by. Ooh, I'm a huge run by enjoyer in general. And here we go. Lots of banelings coming in. I think that these SCVs should have been evacuating already a little while ago. Good split off there on the Banes. Now these SCVs trying to run away. So this is just game over. I thought that we had a lead with a big run by, and it just ends. Look at that. Boom. GG gets called 2-1. Still on match point, but losing data here is a little bit painful for ByuN. So we'll be heading into map number 4. We enter Waterfall with a barracks on the low ground. Feels like a double Rex Reaper, doesn't it? It does feel a lot like a double Rex Reaper once more. I think you're gonna need one more depot. I'm not entirely sure, but it smells like a depot over here, doesn't it? This is, yeah, that's a depot smell right there. Would you smell that? Oh my god. Kind of need a depot right there to wall it up. What do we have on the other side? Hatchery first. Very standard, of course, out of soO. soO is such a cool player, honestly. He actually is a very cool player. Strong ZVT. Not quite as good in the other matchups, but still competent in the other matchups. You know, it's not like he's a complete moron. No, he knows how to play it. He's just... I think his ZVT is where he shines the most. I like the ideas that he has the most. Like the LING Bane stuff, the movement of the units. It's often very good. Really, really nice. Just feels like the plans in the other matchups, especially in ZVP when I think of him, just aren't as great. It's very mid-game focused, and I don't mind mid-game focused players, but at some point you need to accept that it's over. You know, you can't keep living in the mid-game forever. It's like the guys that get stuck in like a midlife crisis. You know, they're still... It's like wearing the varsity jacket when you're 58. It doesn't work anymore. It loses its charm. It's over, my friend. It's time to start wearing suits now. Varsity jackets are for people below 33. It's a random number that I pick. I feel like that's a good point. Although some people that are a little bit older can also pull it off. There's a guy that lives close by me who wears varsity jackets. I estimate him to be 46, 47. He actually pulls off the look quite well. He also wears the sunglasses, you know. Not quite sure what sneakers he wears though. When I look at him, it doesn't bother. The varsity jacket doesn't bother me, but sometimes it does. And you see, it just doesn't fit. I also tried wearing varsity jackets. I did that when I was 19 or so, and even at that point, I couldn't pull it off. It has something to do with my body shape. It's just messed up. It's a bad body shape. I don't even look old, I just look bad, I think. It's a very unfortunate way of having a body. Maybe it has something to do with the face. It's the same with glasses. Glasses on me always look bad. Just literally all of them. People say, well, you just don't pick the correct glasses. It's because there are no correct glasses to pick, you know? That's when people say, pick your poison. It's like, well, they're all poison. Why would I want to do that? It sounds terrible. It's the same with glasses for me. Glasses are my poison. They're my kryptonite. If I were Superman, 20/20 vision would scare me the most. Oh no. He has perfect eyesight and pulls off glasses better than I ever could. And then I shrivel away. I'm not actually sure what happens to Superman when he touches, or when I think when he's close to kryptonite, it already goes bad, doesn't it? Not a massive superhero nerd, so I'm not entirely sure. I think kryptonite is quite a rare material, no, in the world that he lives in. Seems like a pretty decent thing to have, just be afraid of one thing. But once other people figure it out, surely it would be relatively easy to take him out. It's like how you would beat vampires with a bit of garlic, you know? Just carry the garlic around. I'm not a fan of this build a second time in a best of 5, unless it would be a variation. But going for a 4x after this start is like, yeah, I don't know. We see a lot more queens coming out already. Last time, don't forget, soO against the first move out had like 4 queens. Now he's going to have 8 queens. So he's also not rushing out an Evo chamber. He's playing this a lot safer. And I think he's also just going to be more careful with building drones. Actually, he is on a high drone count. 50 drones is relatively high. Last time I think he had 44. But the queen count just makes a world of difference here. So yeah, these Marines are gonna hopefully get spotted by something, right? Scout? Hello, can we get a scout? No, no scout. Links are on the way. More queens in production. This is gonna continue forever, isn't it? It's gonna be 10, 12 queens here. I like it. Queens are just a very powerful defensive tool. Good scout here with the Ling. Then get one Ling behind. Oh my god, it's an SCV pool. It is a full-on SCV pool. Now, what do you get against this? You get a couple of spines in the back. He's just gonna piss off. He says, hey, I don't give a crap about what you're doing. He's gonna get spines in the back indeed. Is this all the SCVs? No, main base is still mining. That means that soO actually needs to hold one of his bases, either the natural or the third. He can't lose both. He's gonna give up his natural now. I think that is a fine call, honestly. I'm okay with that. But if the third base also gets attacked, these spines in the main aren't actually going to contribute. Now see soO moving down. Oh, look at that. Link's coming from the back. Stim. There's only one stim. This is the stim. And now soO knows that he needs to fight now. ByuN also needs to fight. Ooh, there's a lot of Marines actually. Is that enough Marines? I don't know. Second stim. Marines falling lower and lower in health. Dropping rapidly right now against those queens. Needs to just run away. And I think this wasn't enough. I know this wasn't enough. Mining is going to be close for the next few minutes, but I ain't feeling it right now. We have a factory on the way, which is going to be constructed on a tech lab. Talk about things that make no sense. Is he going to play pure marine tank? I'd figure he wants some starboard units behind. Okay, we have another SCV pool. He's going to keep going. He's going to keep going. We have a baneling nest on the way. And we have... Yeah, the 2 spines are game changers. Unless they're unburrowed. I love the split of the spines. It's probably a correct call. Probably the correct call. Yep. Definitely the correct call. Oh, here we go. Sets it up. We have a lot of transfuses available. Yeah, you can't attack into this. It's not possible. It's simply not possible, ByuN. You're going to try. It's not possible. Transfuse, transfuse. Oh my god. Hello, transfuse. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Look at that. Spine still alive. Stim is about to end as well. These queens are putting in one hell of a fight. And I think it's plenty of queens. More links, of course, on the way. 11 SCVs have gone down. We have 50 drones, centrifugal hooks coming out. Baneling nest done. And the queens right now are chasing the marines. That's not a good look for you, my friend. Starport on the way on the reactor. But this is game over. 100%. And it's just... ByuN isn't quite sure what his position is. I think he might have thought that there's less drones. So he's gonna stay in and have another go at it. But honestly, this game is just really, really over. It's completely... It's GG. It's dead. Dead. It's crazy like a fool. Bye-bye, ByuN. Dead. Not entirely how the song is supposed to go, but it's close enough. It worked. I mean, his fourth base is irrelevant as well. soO's gonna cancel it and is happy that he gets the money back. Yeah, that's fine. Floating a lot of cash though. It's actually kind of bad. Wouldn't mind just a hatchery in the main. Hatchery over here. Hatchery in this location as well. Needs to spend his cash. Holy crap, dude. Get a grip. Overseer scouts the lack of everything. I was gonna say the lack of a 3rd CC, but also the lack of a 5th barracks, right? Just literally doesn't have anything. He's poor. He's really, really poor right now. He's gonna have 1 push in him with +1. If these marines die, the push it's already over. It's already over again. Target. It's a really nice target fire, but just didn't have enough firepower there. And now we have this. It's just a weak push. It's 41 army supply against 62. We have an insane amount of queens. There is a lot of links out on the map. 1-1 is coming in as well. We have enough production apparently. Doesn't need the hatchery in the main. He just injects better. Creep threat is a little bit disappointing though. It feels like there's been some time where the creep threat really could have pushed, you know, over here, over here, over here. I think the time was there and it hasn't been used, but still. I don't know. Here we go, comes in with the surround, but even without a surround, it's so over. Holy crap. ByuN taps out. GG. We'll be going into the rubber match in this best of 5 as soO is making the comeback of a lifetime. Here we are again, my friends, with the barracks downstairs, but only a single barracks this time. Life is good. Life is also good for ByuN. This almost feels like a trick. It's not a very good trick, because you immediately see that there's no barracks there. It's like one of these card tricks where they need to stack the deck beforehand. I had a guy in my high school that would spend his, you know, during school, during the time we had actual class, he would stack his deck, and then in the lunch breaks, he would do the card trick. But we all saw him stack the deck already. I think the stack deck card tricks just aren't that good. It's the same with this trick. It's like, it's cool, but you know, he had to do a preparation for the trick, and you saw the preparation as well. He can't do it again. It's not a great trick then. It's a mediocre trick. I don't like it. It's a bad trick, you could even say. Magic tricks in general aren't great once you know how they're done. It is not as fun. But I also don't enjoy it when they don't tell me how they're done. Maybe I'm just not too into magic tricks. Like, I'll be impressed by them, and then I'll be like, hey, I want to know how it's done. They say, no, a good magician never reveals a secret. It's like, well, piss off then. Like, I don't want that. But then if they tell it, then I'm also like, now I know how you did it. So I'm not impressed anymore. There's no winning for a magician when they meet me, honestly. It's like if one of your friends cooks like a really good dish, and you ask him how to make the dish, and he won't tell you. It's like, a good cook never reveals a secret. Piss off, mate. Just tell me how you make it. I like the food. This was a compliment. Now give me the recipe. You know? And then you'll be thankful for that. But I'm not planning on doing magic. So I'm not thankful for receiving the answer on how to do the magic trick either. But I still want to know, you know, because otherwise I'll be pissed off. I'm a difficult one to please for magicians. I've been told before. What is this? Reaper Scout? I like that actually. I like Reaper Scouts. I feel like this is underrated by Terrans. Just the ability to scout against Zerg. Very often they don't... Oh, look at that! What a bait! What a bait! What a beautiful bait that was! Oh my god, that was great! He went in with the Reaper in the main. I was like, hey, let me wait until I see everything that you have. Then he just flew in with those cars. And boom! Takes out, what is that? Six drones, keeps 2 cars alive. And kills a bunch of links as well. I think this was worth it. I think this was actually worth it. Can't lose the next 2 cars though. Oh no, ByuN. Well, okay, now it is less worth it, but still, I don't like it. I don't like it as much anymore. First Banshee is flying across the map though. There's nothing here. Whoa. Wawawiwa. Excuse me. This bad boy is going into the main base. Spore is being constructed. Takes 21 seconds. It's going to be 7 seconds off Cloak. And a couple of seconds without Cloak, where there's not enough queens to really deal with this crap. And there's no spores in the natural, at least not as fast. So that means that Cloak's actually going to be pretty huge here, isn't it? Oh my god. They came back. They came back. This is an interesting thing, though, that's happening here. This is an interesting thing, a very interesting thing that's happening here. What is the follow-up going to be like? This build is very wild. It's like a fast stim push as a follow-up. Like a 5 racks to... I'm not sure what this is, but I love it. Oh, here comes the Cloak Banshee. Oh, and the cars. Oh, there's nothing here. Links are out of position. Yeah, I saw them be out of position. Okay, this game. It actually is game. Too many workers have gone down at this point. And the 2-base all-in is not possible to hold after having such a bad early game. Especially not if you're playing Bailing Nest. He scouted though, didn't he? No, he hasn't scouted anything. I mean, if he scouts the fact that this is a 2-base... Oh, he doesn't even need to. He knows he's dead. Yeah, it's absolutely over at this point. Very sad ending here of this series. Did not like it, but it is okay. ByuN managed to win it with a 3-2 score. And that's going to be the end of this best of 5. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Adios.